Hello, everyone. I stand here today with the deepest gratitude and honor to share with you the journey of my life. It's a story that began in hardship, was marked by many struggles, and yet, through it all, became a testament to the power of believing in oneself. It is my hope that as I share my story, you too will be inspired to persevere through life's challenges and realize the strength and potential that lie within each of us. I was born on January 29th, 1954, in the small rural town of Kosciuszko, Mississippi. My mother, Vernita Lee, was an unmarried teenager at the time, and my father, Vernon Winfrey, was a coal miner who later became a barber. From the very beginning, life was anything but easy. I was raised in poverty, surrounded by an environment where opportunities were limited, especially for a poor African American girl. For the first 6 years of my life, I lived with my grandmother, Hattie Mae, who had a profound impact on my upbringing. Though we had very little, my grandmother instilled in me the value of hard work, faith, and discipline. It was under her care that I first learned how to read, and it became a transformative experience for me. Reading, in those early years, opened up a whole new world for me. It gave me an escape from the harsh realities of life, and it was through the power of words and books that I first began to dream beyond my circumstances. But those years with my grandmother also came with challenges. We were so poor that I often wore dresses made of potato sacks, something that I was teased about by other children. Yet, those hardships gave me a sense of resilience. They taught me that no matter what others say or how tough life can get, I could still rise above it. At the age of 6, I moved to Milwaukee to live with my mother, Vernita, who was working as a housemaid. My mother's job required long hours, and as a result, she was often not home, leaving me to fend for myself. This period of my life was marked by deep emotional and physical pain. I was abused by family members and others close to me. The trauma of that abuse stayed with me for many years, and it was a secret that I carried in silence for much of my youth. There were many days when I didn't know if I could survive, when I felt utterly broken, and yet, somehow, I found the strength to keep going. In the face of these overwhelming challenges, I turned to my education as my source of salvation. When I was sent to live with my father in Nashville at the age of 14, it marked a turning point in my life. My father was a man of strict discipline, but he believed in the power of education and made sure I stayed focused on my studies. He would often make me write book reports and learn new words from the dictionary, pushing me to do better every day. I thrived academically and became an honor student. It was in high school that I discovered a love for public speaking and joined the speech team, where I began to find my voice. That voice would later become one of the most powerful tools in my life. My success in high school led me to win a full scholarship to Tennessee State University, where I studied communication. This was a time in my life when doors started to open, and I began to envision a future where I could make a difference. My career in broadcasting began at a young age. At just 19 years old, I became the youngest and first African American woman to anchor the news at WLAC TV in Nashville. But my path wasn't without obstacles. My style of delivering the news was often criticized. I was told I was too emotional, too empathetic. What some saw as a weakness, I later turned into my greatest strength. I believed that connecting with people, being vulnerable and honest, was my true gift. And so, when I got the opportunity to move to Baltimore to co-anchor a talk show called People Are Talking, I embraced it wholeheartedly. This was the moment I found my true calling. On the talk show, I had the freedom to be myself and connect with people on a deeper level. It was no longer about just reporting the news, but about understanding people's stories, their struggles, and their triumphs. It felt like home to me. My ability to relate to people, to make them feel seen and heard, was what made the show a success. It was the beginning of a career that would spend decades touching millions of lives. In 1984, I got a call that would change the course of my life forever. I was offered a job to host a morning talk show in Chicago called AM Chicago. At the time, it was a low-rated show, but within months, the show soared in popularity, surpassing its competitors. Eventually, it was renamed The Oprah Winfrey Show, and the rest, as they say, is history. When I think back on the success of the show, It wasn't just because of the interviews or the guests we featured. It was because of the authenticity, the raw and honest conversations that we had about life, love, loss, and everything in between. I wasn't afraid to talk about my own struggles, the abuse I suffered, the mistakes I made, the times I fell down. I wanted people to see that I was just like them, a person trying to find my way in the world, trying to make sense of the pain and joy that life brings. Over the years, the Oprah Winfrey Show became a platform for change. We tackled difficult issues like racism, domestic violence, and mental health, and we also celebrated the triumphs of the human spirit. Through it all, I remained true to my belief that every person has a story worth telling, and that we all have the power to transform our lives if we are willing to embrace who we are. But my journey didn't end with the talk show. In 1998, I founded my own production company, Harpo Productions, and began producing not only television content but also films that would go on to inspire millions. My work in media was not just about entertainment. It was about creating content that would uplift, inspire, and educate people from all walks of life. One of the proudest moments in my life was when I opened the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for girls in South Africa in 2007. Education had always been my sanctuary, and I wanted to give young girls from disadvantaged backgrounds the same opportunity to succeed. It was my way of giving back and empowering the next generation of leaders. As I stand here today, I am not defined by the success, the fame, or the accolades I've received. I am defined by the challenges I've overcome, the lessons I've learned, and the people I've met along the way. My life's journey has been a testament to the power of perseverance, faith, and self-belief. I want each of you to know that no matter where you come from, no matter how many obstacles stand in your way, you have the power to change your story. You are not defined by your past or by the things that have happened to you. You are defined by the choices you make every day to rise above, to push forward, and to believe in your own potential. In closing, I leave you with this. Life will not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. Keep moving forward, keep believing in yourself, and never, ever give up. Thank you.